Betty Bear, Nomadic Travels. Good video here from Betty. She is parked out in some isolated mountain area up in the Pacific Northwest. And she's in her trailer, and she has her truck there too. And she's in her trailer, and all of a sudden, middle of the night, somebody's banging on her door. Bang, bang, bang. And she's like, "What do you want?" And he goes, "I want to use your phone." It's a guy. It was a guy. She could tell it was a guy. "I want to use your phone. I want to use your phone." And she's all, she goes, "I don't have any cell service." I don't know, I don't know if that was true or not, but, you don't want to let the guy in, right? And he keeps asking, "Bang, bang, bang, I want to use your phone. I want to use your phone." And she keeps repeating, "I don't have any cell service. Go away." And then she hears him walking around and kind of looking around the back and around the front. Then he goes up to her truck or her vehicle that she's pulling her trailer with, and he, she's like, "Oh, what the heck?" But she does have one of those crowbar things on the front steering wheel, so there's no way he's going to be able to steal the vehicle. But she has stuff in her vehicle. She said it's her product, whatever she sells. What she sells. But whatever, she says he's not going to want that. Whatever, I guess it's for chicks. Whatever. So he does eventually leave her alone. And then she said she tried to go back to sleep, and then she woke up at 8:30 in the morning and just hightailed it out of there. Well, I probably would have. Yeah, again, I guess she had to hook up the trailer back up to the truck or whatever. I don't know, her vehicle, but whatever. But it's scary. It's really scary. Again, you have your key fob, right? I would assume you have the key fob for the truck, and there's always that alarmy thing, right? You can always do that, and I've heard of YouTubers doing that, YouTube nomads doing that, where beep beep, you make the alarm goes off, the one that nobody pays attention to, that goes off in a parking lot, everybody just ignores it. But anyway, scary stuff there for Betty Bear's Nomadic Travels. She said she does pack a weapon. She does pack a weapon, but, who wants to have to use that, If it came down to it, I guess she would. But pretty scary stuff. Solo female nomad in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, and a crazed man knocks on the door. What would you do? What would you do? Again, my advice to her is always be ready to move. The problem is, you're in your trailer, you're not in your vehicle. If she was in a camper van or something where she could climb up, get in the, as long as you have access to the driving controls and the, where you drive, steering wheel and all that, if you're in that kind of a vehicle, you just get in your vehicle, crank it up and get the hell out. But no, in her case, she's in a separate vehicle, the trailer, and couldn't do that. So that's an interesting point. Some people that have the camper vans, same thing. They don't have inside access to where the driver sits, so they'd have to get out, walk around, and could possibly confront the strange man. Oh, everything's okay with Betty, but that's scary. That's very scary. I don't know, man. Someone tried to break in, took a tumble. Oh, Bernie's in trouble again. There's Bernie. Bernie. I don't know. I think Bernie and Crotchy, my puppet, have something in common. What do you think? Bernie the stuffed bear. There's her meal. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And a goblet and everything, huh? Very nice. I just stumbled on Betty Bear's Nomadic Travels, so I think this is one of the channels that somebody recommended that I watch. So I have started to watch it. But check out Betty Bear there. And if you do subscribe to Betty, which I think is a good idea, please tell her that Camo Dave sent you, because I'm a nice guy, and I want to promote cool channels, and this looks like one of them. She's got 1.59 thousand subs, so let's see if we can get her up to 2.5 or 2, maybe 3, huh? Come on. Driving and vibing here. Can RVers sleep at truck stops? Well, that can be answered several ways. What he says is, in many cases, you're allowed to overnight park at a truck stop, provided that you're not taking up one of those big slots that truckers need. Okay, you know, you want to park somewhere at the truck stop where you're not going to take the space that a truck could park, because those truck stops are designed for truckers, and they're the priority there. But in most cases, RVers are welcome to spend a night at a truck stop. That's no problem. Go in and spend some money in their little eatery or the store there, or take a shower, so that hey, you're a paying customer, so to speak. The other problem is, do you want to sleep at a truck stop? It's noisy, right? Some of those trucks are running their generators and engines most of the night and coming and going, and it's not necessarily a nice quiet place to hang out. And we've heard from some people that some of those truckers they like to not walk all the way down to the restroom facility to do their business sometimes. So there might be some puddles around that you might not want to step in. But anyway, always good stuff from D&V. Okay, we're not going to spoil it, but you can watch Camping with the Kellys there. We just heard from them the other day that she's pregnant, and they're going to have, he's going to be a daddy, she's going to be a mommy, and here they're going to gender reveal the child. That's a big deal these days to let everybody know, and anyway, so watch this video, and we won't. They're at Disneyland, by the way, out in California, but we're not going to spoil their fun. Now, the question is, now they hang out with Nomadic Dramatic Fanatic, what's his name, a lot. You see them in a lot of his videos and vice versa. So the question is the baby going to be an Eric or an Erica? Watch it and find out. Letters. Let's do a few letters. Since we're just talking about Eric, in the previous video there, FD Mackey says, I'm going to tone this down a little bit. Eric made a mistake buying the Class A with the slide outs and entering into a rent-to-own house contract, and then the e-bikes and the Mickey stuff and the arcade games. Basically, FD Mackey says he would like to see, or she would like to see, Eric return to true nomadic life. Again, people subscribe to your channel because you're a nomad and you're out there doing cool things, and then you buy a house and settle down and don't do as much traveling, and they're not as your subscribers are not as happy. Beantown85 says 600 buckaroonies to spend 2 weeks with Camo Dave. That's right, I was talking about possibly being a comedian or part of the entertainment there on Jamie's 2022 van build near Merced, California at the Castle Air Force Base. I mean, I could be a stand-up comic. I could be part of the entertainment that you're going to spend $600 for the all-inclusive 2-week pass. Will the Camo Dave Quartet be performing? Well, a lot of comedians have puppets. Well, they used to. Right! So, yeah, Camo Dave and Crotchy entertaining you at the 2022 van build there. It's a real possibility. Also talking about a lot of wildfires out west and how the National Forest Service has closed all the forests there in California because of all the fires. Jamaze says, we were chased out of the whole Northwest area twice by fires. They were horrible. The fires were miles away, but the smoke was so thick it looked like fog and burned your throat to breathe. Van Man Mike says, I sure get a kick out of Marty Van Halen. I like his channel. He seems like a nice guy, but he doesn't do very much traveling. It's just all talking about kind of fixing up the van and stuff. Anyway, I'm not sure if he's ever going to leave Nashville, but I mean, he does occasionally. What does he go down and visit his dad in Alabama? And he did take that trip a year ago last summer, whatever that was, to go out to Colorado. That was kind of cool. And he was here in Western North Carolina for a while. I think that was last year, but he didn't stop by to get his free Whopper from Camo Dave. But I do love Be Well and smash that bell. That's right, turn on your notifications. No Fear to Trek says, which demographic would hardworking vendors and sponsors put up cash for and seek to pitch their wares to? Yeah, we were talking about Jamie's van build, and Jamie does say that he's lining up vendors and sponsors that are going to help him pay the freight for, what did he say, upper six-figure fee to rent that space at the hangar in the Air Force Base, former Air Force Base. So yeah, no fear to trek wonders. You know, if you're going to be attracting vendors and sponsors, they're going to want people with money, you know, to buy their wares, right? No Fear to Truck Ray continues, a large group of RVers that can easily pay $600 for 2 weeks of festival activities while helping some more unfortunate Nomad ferns that can come in and get free upgrades to their bobmobiles or their large group of ferns that may look but can't buy anything. The old in the desert van builds could scrape up materials to help a few. Jamie looks like he's trying to help more than just a few this time. You know, he could become a 501c3 and pay himself a huge salary from corporations, etc., says Ray. They still got to work it out, okay? Yeah, they maybe could have the deluxe package for the people that can afford $600 for the 2-week stay. And, you know, the wealthier nomads in their luxury RVs and stuff. And then they could also have some folks, you know, some cheaper accommodations, a lesser price for folks that are strapped on their budgets but need some of the van building help that they can get at these events. I don't know. I think we're going to see some updates coming from Jamie regarding all the price points and various things, and you know, they've got to do something to make it a little more affordable for folks that don't have $600 just to get into the event, you know, or, you know, whatever. Jennifer said that Eric, Nomadic Dramatic, did do a memorable series of videos on establishing a residence, South Dakota, regarding mail forwarding, registering his vehicle. It was detailed and great info. He should do more of that. Eric did get his residence in South Dakota for a while. Remember, he got his South Dakota plates. I think he got YouTube on his plates. And then he had, I think when he bought the Class A down there at Buy Here Pay Now in Texas with Angela, he had to make his residence. For some reason, they want your residence to be in that state. So he is officially now a Texas resident, I believe, because he does have Texas plates. I don't know, though. Does he have... Well, he might have Illinois plates on the new vehicle. I don't know, man. I'm confused. Kevin Cole says when Eric does get out there being a nomadic, he'll smile more and be happy again, and he'll get the views he used to get. The older videos are still worth watching. Michael G. Scott says anyone who is PO'd about the cost of the van build, Jamie's van build 2022, is obviously more than welcome to start their own van build and give everything away for free. I don't know this Jamie person, and I have never watched a single video of his, but it's funny that so many people are mad because he's not making everything free. However, those same people aren't willing to give away their services for free. Those same people don't want to take the time to organize the event and put themselves out there on YouTube to take on the criticism. If you're not in the arena getting your butt kicked, I'm not interested in your feedback. Okay, that's Michael G. Scott. Glenn Kennedy says, does anyone watch hour-long YouTube videos? You know, a lot of these live chats, you know, are hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah. The replays, I don't know. They do skim through them, I think, but I don't think too many people watch in full a 2 or 3 hour live chat replay. Danny Lee Ingram says, Mickey is a mouse and a mouse is cat food. Huh. Danny Lee also says renting an Air Force base to supposedly help out the nomads is not a particularly good idea. I imagine nomads tuning in the radios to hear the control tower telling them the camping spot is 1 mile down the runway, down runway 3 on the center of the tarmac, when all they want to do is get help for a bed platform in a minivan. AJW says Jamie's van build is going to end up being featured on Netflix just like the Fire Festival, FYRE. You know what Jamie could do if he's got entertainment and concerts and stand-up comedy? You know, he could have a TV show put on Netflix, you know, and sell the rights, broadcast rights, or the streaming rights, or whatever. That's extra money, you know, live from Merced, California, the Castle Air Force Base. It's the 2022 Van Build Concert. And now, you know, here are the Rolling Stones, and coming up, ZZ Top. I don't know, man. John Sweet says Eric marches to the beat of his own drama. Oh, and that's not going to change, but I think the idea of going to West Virginia this fall is a good one. Yeah, I think that's the one of lower 48 states that he hasn't been in. and maybe hit Pittsburgh. Okay, that's not far. It's just north of West Virginia. And then he can maybe even hang out with Dave's RV Life. I don't know. Then he can get on the way to do Route 66 again and head out to Williams and celebrate. I guess what do you do in Williams? Oh yeah, the Panda property and Aja's big birthday celebration this year. I don't know, man. All right, everybody, that ought to do it. Thank you so much for watching Letters and More for the 31st of August, 2021. Have a great one. Vlog under.